At Southwest Michigan Eye Center, a number of the staff have been involved in medical mission projects. Dr. Vanderplas has been to Honduras. I've been to Central America, Nicaragua, Dominican Republic, and have been to the Middle East, to Jordan, as well as more recently to Zambia in Central Africa. Our recent focus now has been to dedicate mission trips to a central area in Zambia. It's the Zimba Eye Mission Project, which is affiliated with the Wesleyan Church International. There's been a mission team from Battle Creek that's gone over the last several years, both doing general medical care and eye mission work. And Dr. Waterbury and I have now been on 2 medical mission trips to the Zimba Eye Clinic in Zambia, and we're planning a 3rd trip in December of this year.
Zimba is a very rural area. The nearest eye clinic is what, 4 or 5 hours by car.
The Zimba Eye Clinic serves perhaps the southwest corner of this entire country, maybe like 3 or 4 counties wide area in Michigan. And people would come walking often for a day or 2 to get to the clinic, and they'd often sleep there for overnight or so, wait to be seen, and then they'd be treated either medically with drops, say if they had glaucoma or an infectious disease, or they'd have surgery, and then they'd sleep on the hard concrete floor afterwards to be seen the next day, and then have another day or 2 trip back home. So often there was a week taken out of these patients' lives to get their eye care, and they were so thankful, and we're thankful that we're blessed to be able to treat these patients and bring some care that otherwise they wouldn't have.
They just do not have access to eye care. The population is riddled with cataracts, glaucoma, trachoma, various eye diseases that there's no way to treat. So we're able to go into this clinic and take care of their needs. And the people are amazingly appreciative, and it's just totally life-changing for them. We have people come in that are considered totally blind, and they walk out and can see. We had one little lady get out of her chair and dance when we took the eye patch off the next day. And so it's a very uplifting experience for us. I think we realize how blessed we are here in America, and I think it's a good opportunity for us to give back and to really, truly affect these people's lives in a really positive way.
Originally, when I was in medical school, I had the opportunity through the Christian Medical Society to get involved in a group called MMI, it's Medical Mission International. And I thought that with all that I've been given, it'd be a good way to give back to people that are of perhaps greater need than those in this country. And so initially I went with a group to the Caribbean, and went to Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic, and also to Nicaragua. Dr. Vanderplas has been to Honduras. And in some of these countries, the people are so poor that there's no eye care at all. People go on often to their death blind with a cataract, and they get infectious diseases, not treated with antibiotics because they don't have any. And so we have a great opportunity to have a huge need for those that have virtually no eye care. Our main objective is to share our faith with these patients, and by showing how much we care, it's very gratifying for the patients, and the patients are extremely pleased, and they're thankful in ways that are really described in their own culture, and in their language and in their dance. And it's really amazing to see people leave and be able to go back to occupations that perhaps they were totally disabled and not having vision. There's just a real sense of fulfillment to see people's lives change.
When you look at some of the patients that maybe we were too late to get to that have severe corneal scars from maybe their eyelids turning in from trachoma. And then you look at a little child come in with the same disease with fortunately still a clear cornea, and to know that we can maybe prevent that end stage, severe scar by, intervening now. It's you kind of see what the effect you can have on these people. Some of them are so, without a transplant, they just won't see. So you see what happens when treatment is not available. And it's just kind of nice to see the young people to know that hopefully they won't end up with that fate.
A major objective on the Mission Project is to connect with every patient. Before surgery, I pray with every patient, briefly, and often either they'll understand me or or there'll be an interpreter, that'll help out, and it's really neat to sort of sense their calmness, knowing that the Lord is with us during that surgery. And there's a faith connection with our group during these projects, and that we have a morning devotions. Often it's led by one of the locals, and in Africa it might be one of the team leaders at the hospital or the medical director. And then we have an evening devotions just within our group, and and every participant in our group will lead a brief discussion on some experience of that day. And there's often some real phenomenal stories, like the lady that stood up after having her patch removed after surgery and danced in the clinic room. So it's really kind of neat to see those experiences fresh. And we also pass out little brochures in the native language, or we might give little crosses.
Our church, we have some ladies there that they knit crosses, yarn, and they were a hot item last year. So everyone got one, and they were proud of it, and it was just another way to let them know what we were about. And those ladies, they're in no physical condition to go to Africa, but they wanted to help. They wanted to participate, and they did. It was amazing what those things did. They brought people together.
Anybody can participate in a mission project, and financially is just one way, and people can look at the website and find out more about the Mission Eyes of Southwest Michigan Eye Center. It's a foundation to raise money for mission trips.
There's a lot of ways to help. People gave financially, people gave school supplies, and anything. It all helps. Prayers.
Yeah.
We had a lot of prayers, and I tell you, with the way the travel went and just the whole trip, I know they were answered. So you don't have to be a surgeon to help.